Here we go!
Wanted to see a dinosaur close up, but not this close. He kind of looks like you, Jorge. Don't worry, it's just a model. Even if it were real, Crikey the dinosaur taunter would deal with it in a flash. The whole thing about coming to this place was that my whole family was going to actually dig for fossils and dinosaur bones. I even brought my camera to take pictures.
Come on, girls. This is a family outing, and we're going to stick together.
By the time Mom rounded up my herd of sisters, I might have turned into a fossil myself. I decided to venture off to the dig by myself. I definitely wasn't going to find any Gigantosaurus skulls in here. Oh well, a claw or two would be pretty cool. Pretty professional, eh, Crikey? Aha! Now I was getting somewhere. What do you think this is, Crikey?
Looks to me like it might be a pterodactyl egg.
Cool! Pterodactyls were huge flying bird lizards. This little guy sure was cute.
Hatching pterodactyls. Super.
What a beautiful digestive system.
We needed to get out before their mother came back. She would be like 100 times as big as these babies. I wondered what that could be.
Oh, it ain't big watermelons falling from the sky.
It sounded more like a stampede! All these little dinosaurs seem pretty scared of something.
Candied kangaroos. It's a Gigantosaurus. I'm going in for a close-up.
Dinosaur is after the baby pterodactyls. We have to save them. Okay, Crikey. Jorge and I will distract him while you save the babies.
Right, mate.
Hey! Lizard breath!
Excuse me?
I knew dinosaurs' eyes were sensitive to light, so I thought I could distract him with my camera flash. Smile! Uh-oh, dead batteries!
Oh, that's not gonna be the only dead thing around here, man.
Crikey, where are the babies?
Pulsating platypus. I got distracted.
I hoped we weren't too late. Oh no! The nest is empty!
Not for long.
She thinks we're her babies. Better eat up so she doesn't get upset.
Oh, I think I'm going to be sick.
The mama pterodactyl figured out we weren't her babies. I explained to her that it was the Gigantosaurus that took her babies. Roar! Roar! Beep, 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 beep. Roar! Beep, 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 beep. Roar! Beep, beep. Don't worry, Mama. We'll help you get your babies back.
incredible incisors.
Suddenly, I had an idea. Big nostrils meant a big... sneeze! Phew. They're safe now.
Yeah, but what about us, man? She could have at least given us a lift.
You should see his tonsils. They're the size of beach balls.
I was really happy to see that Crikey was still okay, but I didn't think he would be for long unless I did something. Jorge, give me some food. I know you've got a ham sandwich in there. You always do. Share it with him. After all, you're practically related.
Goodbye, amigo. Great, Grandpa!
If he was related to Jorge, he couldn't refuse a ham sandwich.
Oh, Ollie, I wanted to watch him eat lunch from the inside, mate.
You almost were lunch, mate. Jorge, how old is that sandwich? It's as hard as a rock.
It's okay. If he's my grandpa, he won't mind.
There you are, Oliver. I was worried sick.
This place is lame. Let's go to the mall. That's okay, Mom. I've had my fun. We can go to the mall if you want. My sisters were kind of yucky. But the important thing I'd learned today was that families should always stick together. Today was portrait day in art class, but the only drawings I had my mind on were the ones in my new comic book, The Eye of the Volcano. I was just about to find out if the evil Professor Limpid would destroy the world with a giant ruby, also known as the Eye of the Volcano.
Comic books are not fine art, Oliver. Choose.
The deal was that whoever's name we got, we had to paint their picture. Oh, no! I got Miss Grumply.
I think you'll find me a very engaging subject, Oliver.
I hoped I had enough gray paint. Maybe I'd start with a different color. It was the real eye of the volcano. And by the looks of it, the evil Professor Limpid hadn't found it yet. I knew from my comic book that this was only one half of the eye. The other half was hidden on the other side of the world. If the two halves were put together, a humongous volcano would grow right there on the spot and erupt all over the place. Comic books were usually right about stuff like that. Whoa!
I know the eye is in here somewhere.
That must have been Professor Limpid. I didn't know what kind of plan he had for the eye, but with evil professors, you could be sure it wouldn't be good for the world. Looked like I was about to get into some hot water! Oof. I hoped watching all those cowboy movies would come in handy now. Phew! Now I could grab the ruby before Professor Limpid did. Uh-oh. One thing I forgot. You didn't just pick up giant jewels in caves like it was nobody's business. There was always a booby trap involved. A fast exit was definitely in order. Ah!
Thank you so much, Oliver. I knew I could count on such a clever boy to rescue my ruby.
It's not yours.
I don't see you holding it.
He had a point.
When I reunite the two pieces, I will have the power to create volcanoes all over the world. Enough volcanoes to end winter forever!
Why would you want to end winter?
Oh, all the pretty snowflakes and happy children skating on frozen ponds with their cute little mittens and...
I just hate it. It makes me sick. And now, I leave you, Herr Olliver, to your fate. Hot lava soup.
No more winter? That meant no more snow? No more sledding? No more ice skating? I had to stop him, but I needed some help. Trog! Untie me, quick!
I'll have you free in a jiffy.
Right. Plan B.
You should always call me first, Ollie. A little girl power goes a long way. Probably not that far, though.
We needed to get out, fast!
Swinging my way?
Next stop, the other side of the world. Now we just had to find the other half of the eye before Limpid did. There it is! Come on! This seems a little bit too easy for my liking.
You are right, my little polar bear.
A fake ruby made of ice.
How right you are. Now, when I get back to shore, I put the two halves together and make a nice little volcano and get rid of all this disgusting snow and ice.
That would mean the ice floes would melt too. We'd be sunk.
And rather chilly. Think of something, Ollie. I would, but I'm just not that bright.
Well, maybe Trog wasn't that bright, but the sun sure was.
Limpid is almost on shore.
My concentrated sunbeam would stop him.
Not the cold!
We need to break it in half again. But how are we going to reach it? Now, if I could just find a couple of feathers.
Would you mind terribly?
Help me out here, guys. Now!
Congratulations, Ollie, you saved winter. Now, what should we do with these?
I told Tara the job wasn't finished yet. We had to make sure that this never happened again. I know you've got a great arm, but how's your aim? That's the end of that legend.
Thank goodness. For a moment, I thought Limpid might just win.
Yeah, it was a bit of a toss-up for a while. I guess it couldn't hurt to keep just half the eye. It was really pretty after all.
Are you done yet, Oliver?
Not quite, Ms. Grumpy. You're just so engaging. I want to paint you just right.
Oh, well, yes, I see. One must sacrifice for good art.
I had taken care of a lot of business today, but no matter how many times you saved the world, you still had to finish your classwork, no matter how painful it might be. Our class trip to the planetarium was not the blast into space I thought it would be.
See how the planets revolve around the sun, children. It's wonderful, isn't it? The gravity of the moon, you
Ms.
see,
Grumpy was
has a
trying to tell us about how the moon's gravitational pull affected the Earth's tides. But I had other things to worry about. Yuck! This gross, stinky cheese sandwich my mom made me for lunch. I was going to get a reputation as the stinky kid if I didn't get rid of this sandwich, but I sure didn't want to eat it.
Pluto.
I had heard that the moon was made of green cheese. I wondered if it was any better than the cheese in my yucky sandwich.
We are with all and the stars of the nebula, you see.
I couldn't smell anything with this on. Ugh! The moon really was made of green cheese. And it smelled way worse than my sandwich. Now I knew why the astronauts needed these helmets. I knew that the moon had way less gravity, so you could do crazy fun stuff like this.
Hey!
I didn't think the moon was inhabited, but I sure thought it would be cool to see who lived here.
That's where we're trying to invade, remember?
Rats!
Fellow rats of the moon, I, King Fink, am here today to tell you our plan is almost complete. We've gnawed and chewed our way through enough of this moon to change its gravity and move it closer to Earth.
These space rats were planning to invade Earth, but why?
The closer the moon gets to Earth, the higher the tides. And you all know what that means.
It'll be a great big sewer.
That's right, Jeremy. And where do we rats like to live?
In a great big sewer.
That's right! Now all of you, chow down. Not the castle, Jeremy.
Not that rats were really terrible or bad, but turning the Earth into a big sewer didn't sound very nice. I had to think of a way to stop them. Rippling rodents! I had a great idea! I hope you brought your cheese cutter. I don't suppose you brought two? Great! Let's get to work! Cut this cheese, Zoomerax! This cheese! The perfect thing! A giant cat rat scarer! We needed to keep it covered for maximum effect, though. Let's move it out! Attention, moon rats! If you don't stop eating the moon, I will unleash something so terrible, well, it'll just be not so very nice for the lot of you.
Believe me, kid, you ain't got nothing so terrible as to scare us rats.
This wasn't working the way I had planned. Maybe they needed a closer look.
I was gonna be nice, but, what the heck? Seize them!
This was one rat race I didn't want to lose. The rats weren't eating the castle, and the coast looked clear. I figured my only hope was to take the cheese from the castle and fill some of these holes to stop the moon from getting closer to the Earth. Wow, I thought it would get really boring if everything were made of cheese like it is here. I was beginning to feel a little sorry for the rats when I heard King Fink coming.
And now for lunch. A green cheese sandwich. A piece of green cheese between two more pieces of green cheese. Ugh.
It sounded like the king didn't care too much for green cheese.
Oh, Swiss, camembert, cheddar. Oh boy, would it ever be nice just for once to say, "How you doing, Gouda?" Soon I'll have it all on Earth.
Aha! There was more to the story. King Fink wanted to invade Earth so we could have something else to eat. I had an astronomical plan to help him out and save the Earth. We were on our way. The Milky Way, that is. We were just going to borrow the Big Dipper for a few minutes and have it back before anyone noticed. No time to cry over that.
You do realize you've just ruined my entire plan, and I'm gonna have to try and seize you again.
No, wait! This is milk!
So what? You want the prize for the healthiest kid in class or something?
No, cheese is made from milk. Now you can make all different kinds of cheeses and have lots to eat other than this green cheese.
Make our own cheese, you say? I don't know. What does everybody else think?
It's, probably easier than flooding and invading a whole planet.
All right! From now on, we make the cheese. All different kinds, and then we eat it.
With the Earth and Moon safe, I guess it was time to be getting back home. But not before we brought back the Big Dipper.
And I wanted to tell you all that every single...
Boy, I was pretty hungry after saving the world. Even hungry enough to eat my stinky cheese sandwich. It wasn't that bad after all. But I sure wouldn't want to eat a full moon.